Today I'm going to show you exactly how to log CRM activity in Google Sheets using Zapier. We'll build a Zap that grabs every new activity from your CRM and drops a row into a sheet automatically, ready for reports. Let's jump in. First, go to zapier.com and sign in. Once your dashboard loads, click Create up in the left corner and pick Zaps. The editor opens to a blank canvas, and I name it straight away something like Log CRM Activity to Sheets, so I don't mix it up later. Click the big trigger step in the center. Search for your CRM app. I'm using HubSpot, but the flow is the same for Salesforce, Pipedrive, or Zoho. Select your CRM, then on the next screen find the trigger event New Activity that fires on calls, emails, notes, and meetings. Choose it and hit Continue. If your CRM account isn't connected yet, Zapier will prompt you now to sign in and grant access. Do that, come back, and click Continue again. The trigger options usually don't need changing, but I leave it pulling all types unless I know I only want calls. Now test the trigger. Click Test Trigger. If Zapier says no recent activity, open your CRM in another tab, log a quick note against any contact, come back and test again. Once it pulls a sample, you'll see the available fields on the right. Make sure activity date, activity type, contact first name, last name, and company name all show up. That list is your raw data. If something you need is missing, you picked the wrong trigger event. Next, hit the plus button below the trigger, search for Google Sheets, and select Create Spreadsheet Row. Click Continue. Connect your Google account if you haven't yet. It'll ask for read and write permissions to your sheets, that's normal. Grant it, then pick that account and click Continue. Now choose the drive, the spreadsheet file, and the worksheet that will hold the log. Before you map anything, prepare that sheet with column headers in the first row. I use activity date, activity type, contact first name, contact last name, company, and notes. Having those headers already in place makes the mapping screen fill itself automatically. Map the fields, click into the activity date field, and pick the CRM activity date from the dropdown. For activity type, select activity type from the trigger. Contact first name and last name come as separate fields. Map them to the matching columns. It is more flexible for sorting later than a combined full name, but if you absolutely need one column, you can stick a formatter step between trigger and action to merge them. I skip that and keep them split. Map company to the company field. For notes, I use the activity body or description field. Walk through every column and delete any mappings you don't need. Click Continue. If your CRM fires a lot of internal system activities you don't care about, now is the moment to filter. Click the plus between trigger and action, add filter by Zapier, and set a condition like activity type exactly matches call or email. That keeps your sheet from bloating. Not required, but I use it when the volume gets noisy. Test the action. Click Test Step. Zapier will write a row into your sheet using the sample data. Head into Google Sheets and confirm the row landed. Check that the date isn't a garbled string. It arrives in ISO format, so just format that column as date in Sheets, and you are good. Make sure the activity type and names landed in the right columns. If a field ended up in the wrong spot, adjust the mapping and test again. Once everything looks right, publish. Click Publish at the top, and then do one final real test. Log a new activity in your CRM, place a call, add a note. Wait a minute, refresh the sheet, and you'll see the new row appear. That's your live activity log, running. Now that you have a live feed of CRM activity, you'll want reports. Pivot tables right inside Google Sheets can break down activity counts by type or rep in seconds, and Looker Studio connects directly for dashboards. If you later need to log different objects like deals or contacts, duplicate the Zap and swap the trigger. The Google Sheets part is already built. And if a row ever fails to appear, check Zap history. It'll show exactly which field threw the error, almost always a required column that got a blank. Set your sheet columns to allow blanks unless you genuinely need them filled, and you'll dodge most of those silent failures. If this helped, tap like and subscribe so you don't miss anything, and leave a comment saying it was helpful. Comments are what push this to other people searching for the same thing.